Hello, this is Mr. Anthony55 coming to you on YouTube. I'm here today to review Mumm-ra's 6-inch figure from Bandi. Actually, they just came out. They were originally going to do them in 8-inch, and they got to Tigra, Lion-O, and pulled Mumm-ra. I'm going to do a review on him for you. I'm going to check out a couple different aspects and differences in the old one and the new one. Obviously improvements to the new one, and the differences in sizes compared to what the original 8-inch was going to look like. Alright, so let's get down to it. Mumm-ra comes in the same exact package as the 8-inch did. The 8-inch Lion-O and the 8-inch Tigra. They were able to actually use the same box and squeeze it, except for we actually have a little bit of different artwork. You know, the classic animated Mumm-ra on the side here. He does come with two hands. Now, I don't understand why, because they're both fisted, kind of like that, to grip something. And there's nothing for him to hold. There's no sword, there's no staff, there's nothing. So I don't know if they originally were going to have something come with them and then decided not to. I don't know, but that's all we get. The back shows, you know, all the characters that you can get. And it doesn't actually show how these straps or his wraps should go, and in fact in both pictures they're done actually differently, so I'm guessing it's up to you. And here's the other 6-inch Lion-O with the crying mouth that nobody seems to like, and other 6-inch characters from the newer line on the back there. Now the figure itself is actually pretty nice. They've actually given this guy justice after all this damn time. I mean, the original they'll bring out eventually was, you know, didn't hold a candle to this thing. You know, I mean, we've got the artwork back here is amazing. I mean, even the individual tassels on here have their individual like cutouts. I mean, you can see that they're cut rags. They stand out, they're pretty stiff. I mean, they are pliable, but they stand out on their own this way to get the effect that, you know, he's transforming. These other ropes come separately, and they can be put into the back of them. They come with like a series of pegs. See that peg back there? And I guess you could put it in like wherever you want. I mean, I think that it kind of looks cool, like it's coming up underneath of his arms like it did in the old show, you know? But they're not, like, angled the best to get them in this back here. So you kind of have to, like, mess with them a little bit. Don't be thrown off. That's where they're supposed to go. It's just, yeah. He's got 18 points of articulation, just like the other ones. I don't seem that his knees are double jointed, but you know, his like Lion-O's were. But you know, he does have the swivel side to side. He's got the spin here. He's got the knees. The only thing that kind of hinders him from separating his legs or holding like an outmore stance would be the skirt here, and it's like a kind of like a rubberized material. It's not hard. It's not soft. But it seems to work. Now, I don't know if they plan on releasing a cape, but as you can see, it does have the star back here. I don't know if you can actually use the other Mumm-ra's, like the more modern Mumm-ra's cape or his wings, and they'll fit on this guy. I don't know. Because if you remember in the cartoon, the cape actually went around his gauntlets here and fit around here. So would it be possible for them to release a cape that plugged in here, and then the material would plug in on each wrist? Sure, really easy. I mean, it almost looks like that's what they were meant to do. The bicep has the bicep, you know, turned. He's got the full range of his shoulders. Like I said, the hands do come off, and there is another set of hands, but I don't see why you would even put them on. He doesn't have anything to grab. He doesn't have any weapons or anything, so his waist spins and goes up and down for some, you know. But all in all, Mumm-ra was a great figure. Great. What an improvement to his old figure. And now, okay, here we have him and his old 1980s character. Yeah. Looks a lot better. I mean, they finally gave this guy justice. His robes were like a big... I'm sorry you can't see his robes with my white shirt in the background, but his robes were like a big part of his character in the 80s cartoon, and they just couldn't like carry that over into the toy back then, and I don't know why. I guess they maybe didn't have, you know, the ideas. That's probably the only thing they lacked. I mean, it's just plastic, right? So they could have done anything they did nowadays then. You know, besides the fact that his helmet doesn't come off in this one, you know, being able to see a lot of the times 80s toys, like, they sacrificed either their look or the way they moved or for an action feature, like a lot, you know. I mean, just so you could take his like helmet off and on, you know, here, look how much horrible it looks compared to, you know, that. Oops. You know, and that's all because, you know, they wanted to take his helmet off and on and that, and today there's a lot better paint apps and stuff like that, but, you know, the old 80s one actually had a action feature too, that this one doesn't have, see. Now this one looks a lot better, but there's no action features, though, and as a collector, nobody really wants those action features these days. Now this guy, they sacrificed his robes and everything, but they did give him, you know, he does have his still light up eyes feature, which is pretty cool. You know, and now these came with a button in the back. Lion-O and Mumm-ra came with one, and you would plug it in their backs like so. And when you pressed on it, the battery juice would give the eyes juice, and they would light up. You know, kind of a cool action feature. But like I said, so much got sacrificed for the action features on a lot of these 80s toys. And Mumm-ra doesn't look too bad. I mean, compared to, you know, some of the 80s toys we got back then had nothing to do or looked nothing like their 80s cartoon counterpart. I mean, so there he is after 25, 30 years, justice in a character. I'll also be doing Lion-O. I haven't found him in the store yet. I'm not one of those guys that, you know, gets orders early and stuff like that. At least not yet. I mean, hey, if he wants to send me some free stuff early so I can do a review on it, awesome. But until next time.